hello and welcome. Thanks for being here. This is Heather and this channel is Woolly Woolly Sheep Sheep. It is all about cross stitch. So as you can see, I've my fluffy friend here. She's not sitting here all for much longer. I hope you've all been well. It's been 3 weeks now since I have been had my last Flosstube. This is Thursday the 30th of October. I have all... You're going to have to go down. I've all the lights on because it is so dark and dull outside. It is awful. It's raining at the minute. It's just so dark and it gives it to be stormy this afternoon. So I thought before maybe it gets any worse, I'll do this now. So I've grabbed everything. I actually have a few notes, sort of, and we'll see how we get on. So as I say, I hope you all had a good few weeks of stitching. I have had not too bad. I have had a few new starts. I have had a fully finished. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen it yesterday I put up. So I have that all to show you. I've only one wee bit of haul. Yeah, one wee bit of haul. It's not even all here yet, but or what I need, but I'll talk you through that whenever I get to it. So know that's it. Not really any life updates. I'm off on holidays. Well, I was off yesterday, today and tomorrow, which is brilliant. Because work has been just a tad stressful lately. So stitching has been keeping me sane. Even last weekend though, I couldn't even keep me going last weekend, so I just sort of took a few days off from it. So there wasn't much stitching done then, but plenty done either side of that. As I say, and yes, we had our anniversary on Tuesday, which neither of us remembered. You are going to have to move. We're both horrible at remembering our anniversary. We will remember it, obviously, that is in October. But as it gets closer to the date, it just seems to go out of our heads. So it was our anniversary and we both forgot. But there we are. I think we're 19 years in now, so it's alright. I'm not bothered. I'm not a big anniversary birthday person anyway, so it doesn't bother me anyway. But we'll maybe get a takeaway this weekend. Who knows? Splash out. So we'll get started. Are you gonna move? I've kind of got her moved. She's clingy today, and I don't know why. She's usually not clingy to me. They're both, as I have said, even this week we were having this conversation. Good girl. Even this week I said I feed them, I take them out, do all for them. But you see the minute my husband shows the slightest white of his eye through the door, they're away to him. It doesn't matter what I do. And I had this conversation actually with a colleague as well, and they says their dog was exactly the same. They done everything, and when their husband or daughter showed themselves through the door, straight to them. Didn't want to know them. So I don't know why she's been very clingy today. I don't know. But anyway. Right, we get started with the stitching. I'll wait and show you, although my FFO was, I suppose, the first thing that I was stitching on and finished this round of weeks. I'm just going to show you my new starts and what is actually still being stitched on at the minute. If any of that makes sense, that's good, because it didn't sound that it made sense, but anyway, we'll see going forward. Right, this one here, I have the stitch in the threads. I literally just took this out of the hoop about 2 minutes ago. Right, this one I got this off Etsy. I seen it on a group I'm in on Facebook. Now, honestly, I don't know. I'll put it all down below, but I just don't know the Etsy shop's name, or I think it's just called Christmas Tree or something like that. There's no fancy name to it. So I'll put it all down below, but I am absolutely loving this, and I would say I'll have this finished today. I'm hoping, if not today, definitely tomorrow. So that is where I've got. The only thing left to do, obviously, is finish this bit here, do the light bulbs down this side, and there's a swirl here to finish as well, and then that is it. It was such a quick stitch. It was brilliant. I loved working on it. It's quick, it's colourful, it's Christmas, it does what it needs to do. So that is that one at the minute. Again, this piece of fabric has been going for I don't know how long now. It's a piece of just white Zweigart 16 count. I bought it for a head that I was planning on doing, and whenever I got it I was like, this is just going to be mental massive, and I ended up not using it. I just I haven't even actually started that head again on a smaller count. So this, I'm just literally everything, I'm just cutting chunks out of it as I need it, which is good. It's there, and it means if I want to start something quick, it's there ready to go. So that is that one. As I say, absolutely loving it. So hopefully that'll be a finish in the next day or two. That one. And the next one, this one is by Cross Stitch by Coconut, and it's on Etsy. Again, if it's still available, I'll put it down. And I only started this, when did I start this? Tuesday? Monday or Tuesday I started this one. And that is how far I have got. I hope these aren't too far away. So that's that one. If I was able to get the photograph up, you will see that they're all actually individual. It's for gift tags, but I'm just going to do them in a row and finish them that way, just so it'll be a nice long wee chart whenever I'm finished, hopefully anyway. But that's that, and there's not that many. Is there 6 colours? 6 colours I think, so it's handy. I actually had all the colours bar one in my stash, so that is the first time I have been able to go to my stash and lift out basically everything I've needed for a project, which felt brilliant. Not that I don't have like, it's not like I have a full master set, I don't, but as obviously as projects finish, they go back into it. Also, if I am ordering threads, I might order an extra other different colours to add to it, and that's just sort of how I'm adding, or how I'm sort of building it anyway. I know there's different companies have like thread clubs, I suppose, so you maybe get 10 threads a month and you can build it up over a year or two or whatever it is it takes to do it. You can always go down that route as well, but no, that was that one. So again, it's quick, it's really quick, so it is. The only thing I found was this green, and none of my threads are old, but it was not nice to work with, and it was DMC. It was, it sort of knotted really easily, and then there was times it just, like, it wasn't that it tore or anything or it snapped or anything like that, but it just, I don't even, I sort of at one point I was blaming the Ada, thinking maybe the holes are sharp or something, you know, for the thread being pulled through, and it was like fraying it. I don't know, but it wasn't a nice thread to work with, but the rest have been fine, so I don't think it has anything to do with the Ada. But anyway, again, it's this 16 count white Ada. That's another chunk out of it. So that is that. I'm sort of flapping these about, so I am. So that is that one. So that is the second new start. Okay, on to the next one. Right, the next one I stitched on. I didn't do too much in this. I only done maybe a couple of nights on it, and it was a lot of confetti. So if I even got 100 stitches a night done on it, I would have been happy if I had got that done. I think it must have been roughly around that. But it is the Winter City by Carla Gerard, and it is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And that is how far we have got so far with that one. So it is coming on, but as I say, it is crazy confetti in the sun. And I need to actually get a few more, I need to get a few more colours that I don't have. So I'll have to get that. But that is coming on. I love working on it, but that sun is serious confetti. It really is. Sort of the rest of it is the chimney was confetti heavy, but it for some reason didn't seem too bad. I suppose it maybe just a smaller area, but the rest of it's not too bad. But I'll be glad whenever the sun is over. So that is coming on. I actually can't remember what percentage I'm at on it. I should have all this. I know I should. I try to be organised, and then there's things like this I forget. So that is where we're at that one. This one I always sort of keep out. It sort of just always sits here in the living room, so if I do feel like it, I can just pop it into my Larry stand and work away on it. I like working on it. I also like the Christmas village that I was working on, so I need to get it out again. I would like to get, I can't even, was I trying to get up to 40% in it, or 45 was it? There was some number like that, so I must get it out again as well. So that is everything I have stitched on this past couple of weeks, bar my fully finished. So in my last video, I was working on this one, and I didn't actually know if I'd get it finished or not. But whenever, I think I even maybe said in that video about how long it tells me, or how long sort of it would take me to do the witches, and how long it took me to do bats. So whenever I sat down and had that worked out, I thought I could have this done by the next weekend, which turns out I did. So 1 second to get it and get myself sorted. And here she is. So it's Witches Academy by Kathy Barrick. And it was done on a 16 count Ada by Crafty, or is it Fabrics by Crafty Kate, or Crafty Fabrics by Katie? I'll pop it down below. It has completely left my head. But it was a lovely fabric to work on. It was lovely and soft. So that is her. And I love her. I love her. So there's the frame as well. I have it up on Instagram, and a lot of people commented on the frame, which I have the most amazing frame where they can just pull out anything and it goes. So I do love it. Now the only thing I will say is I have done the French knots for the eyes, and with the frame they're kind of, and which is a good job because every bat was supposed to have 2 French knots for eyes, and after doing those 3 I went, no, the bats are not having French knots for eyes, the bats are not having eyes, they are fine the way they are, and that's why they don't, they're just the way they are. Because no, French knots it wasn't even, I had actually got onto them and they weren't too bad, but no, I wasn't going to do all them on all them bats. And I'm happy enough. I don't mind. So that is her all done. She just needs to get hung up now somewhere, and she'll be up all year. I'm not too bothered with switching things about or anything like that there. She'll find her spot and that's where she'll be. So just need to get the hubby now to hang it up. But so pleased with her. Oh, and in mine I get the museum glass, or the art UV, what is it they call it? Art glass. Yeah. And it is amazing. You wouldn't, like, only here and I have the lights shining on it, but me looking at it like that, you wouldn't even think there was glass in it. So you wouldn't. So that's I get them all mine done with that glass. It's a wee bit dear, but I think it's worth it. So that is everything that I have stitched on and I have finished in the last 3 weeks. So I don't think I've done too bad. Right, next on my list is haul. I only have, well, I've 2 things, but they're both relating to each other. So if you don't know, Lindy Stitches runs like an online retreat. It's like nearly every season. She had one just there a few weeks ago. Can't remember the name of it. It wasn't sure. I'm not sure. It was like autumn themed or that sort of thing. But she always has the Jingle Ball. Now I missed it last year because I was away. But I says no, I'm not missing it. For I had been to the spring mingle. I done it this year and I loved it. So I thought definitely I'm doing the Jingle Ball this year for, I know I'm not going away, so I'll be here. So it's the first weekend of December, I think, is it the 3rd to the 5th it runs? The first weekend, whatever that is, and it's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So obviously it is US times, everything is run by, but when you go to the website, you can click different things and it does bring everything into your time zone, so you sort of have an idea of when things are happening. There is like chat rooms, that sort of thing. First of all, you can buy, to get into it, you have to buy like a general admissions ticket, which I think is $15. That gets you into all of the chat rooms, everything like that there. I think it gets you into the shop as well, any shops or vendors shops that's there. That gets you into all that. If you're looking to do classes, they are separate and you have to buy them as well as your admissions ticket, and you have to have an admissions ticket to do the classes, as far as I know. So as I say, I done the spring mingle. All I did I just bought the admissions ticket because I'd never done it before, wasn't sure, and with times and stuff like that I wasn't sure either. So that's why I took a better luck this time and I thought I'm going to do a class. So as I said, because it's US times, a lot of the classes and things are in the middle of the night or are really, really late on for me. So I sort of had to pick my class from that. I knew the ones I wanted to do, and then to get it to the one I was definitely doing, I went and I looked at the times. So the one I picked was the hands-on design. If I can get a better picture than the one I have, I'll pop it up here. But it is the stand-up Santa. So in case I haven't, this is just, hold on a minute. It's up there. So that is hopefully up there. But as I say, I'll put a picture up that'll be far better than what I'm showing you here. So if you're in the US, you have the option of buying your ticket with a kit, or you can have it just as a PDF. If you live outside the US, you can't buy the kit. You just have to buy the PDF and then gather your own supplies. So when you buy the kit, everything comes that you need to make this stand-up Santa. Obviously, if you're the PDF, you're only getting the PDF, and you have to go and get your supplies. And I've got a bit of mine. The only thing I'm waiting on is the fabric. Obviously the kit classes can run out of tickets. The PDF classes, Lundy Stitches has come out, Stephanie, and has said PDF classes do not run out or do not get sold out. So even if you're still looking to do it and the kits are sold out, you can still do it buying the PDF ticket. So I think that's it. So as I say, I had to buy the PDF ticket, which is fine. So I was gathering together the supplies I needed, and at the minute I only have the supplies to actually stitch the Santa, not the supplies to make the whole stand up. I haven't done it yet because I don't know if I'm going to have the Santa stitched in time. You don't have to have it stitched in time, and I would say it's the same for any class. You can just watch the class and sit and stitch on your project and take it all in of what they're doing. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. For, as I say, I'm still waiting on the fabric. So this one actually was, I haven't had, because she gives you the option of using pearl cotton, which I've never used before, or I think it was 4 strands of normal DMC cotton thread. But the more I looked at it, I thought, I'm going to try the pearl cotton because it is stitched on 20 count linen. So I think it is going to be quite tall. I think I seen or heard somebody say 9 inches. So I wanted to try it as it was. I've never stitched on 20 count linen, so I wanted to give it a go. So I could not get it anywhere over here, which is fair enough. So the only place I could get it was 123 Stitch, and I'm just waiting on it coming. So it's been dispatched now maybe a week ago. Yeah, probably would be a week ago now. So I'm just waiting on it coming. But I did get the threads. So if I can get this anyway into showing you, I'll maybe put that there, break these greens up a wee bit. So that is the colours. Oh, sorry. That is all the colours for Santa. And it is going to be interesting using this because you use a full strand of pearl cotton, and I need to get a size 20 needle. I have 18, so I'll see what the 18 feels like, but if not, I'm going to have to get a 20, but we'll see about that near the time. So that is that. That is the colour I just got for his face, and now this is going to be interesting also. This only come here this morning, but it is Whisper, and that is for his beard. Yeah, that one is for his beard. So they do give tips on how to use it, and I will be taking all the tips I can get. Yeah, for beards and animals. So that's what that is. And as I say, I'm waiting on the linen coming, so I can't wait for that. Definitely, I would highly recommend even just buying the general admissions ticket and going and sitting in the chat rooms and just having, you, first of all, you don't have to have your camera on, you don't have to have a mic on, you can just literally go in and sit and listen to people. You don't have to get involved in anything if you don't want to. If you're not comfortable having the camera on, you don't have to have the camera on. Simple as that. Nobody forces you to. No, you know, there's nothing like that. I went into a few of the chat rooms last year. It was, I think, the international one. I ended up going to quite a bit, and everybody was so friendly, just chatting among each other. It was lovely. It really was. So I'm looking forward to that this year again. So roll on the first weekend of December. So that is all my haul. As I say, it's all to do with the one thing anyway. So right, and to finally just finish the video off, the only thing I have is a shop update. There's a few new patterns. I am keeping an eye out for the Pansy Patch new charts that have come out. Unfortunately, us here in the UK, we have to wait till the distributor gets them, which obviously is it could be a few weeks to a month after they've been released in the US. So every day I'm checking to see if they have been, you know, it's been updated and they're now available. So I think it's Pansy Patch, Plum Street Samplers, I think, has got new ones out, if I remember. I'm sort of getting confused with those ones, so I'm sort of checking everything. Plum Street, and then there is Primrose Cottage as well, have their Christmas charts, their selection of Christmas charts coming out. I did message them and they says they would be with the distributors a month after they released them, so that'll be the end of November. So again, I'll keep an eye for them and I can let you know whenever they're coming into the shop. So if you do want Primrose Cottage, they're new. It's like their Christmas, religious Christmas charts. They are all so beautiful. Let me know. I may put them up as a pre-order in the shop, and if I do, I'll let you know that as well. The only other thing that is coming and is on pre-order in the shop is the Book of Days by the Needlework Press. So it went up on Tuesday evening as a pre-order. I've got a good few orders for it now as well. So if you're somebody that likes to write down, keep track of everything with paper and pen, and possibly a really nice sticker, that is something for you as well. And it's $13.50, so it's good for something that you're going to get a full year's use out of. It's good. But that's shop update. So the only other thing is plans, which as usual I have very little plans. It's very much fly by the seat of my pants. So as for today, I am hoping to get some stitching done. I'm hoping to get some baking done as well, because with the price of biscuits, I refuse to buy biscuits. The price of food in general at the minute, but we'll not go down that road. But for biscuits, because this house, a packet of biscuits come in and it's out right away, so refuse to buy them. I'll buy them maybe at the start of the month, that's it. But I tend to bake buns, cakes, biscuits. So today is going to be biscuit day. I made some shortbread yesterday too, which went down quite well. So that's that. I hope to have the 2 new starts. I hope to have at least the bigger tree finished by the next time, and I'm going to frame it myself. I think I'm not too concerned of taking it to a framer. So we'll see how that goes. So that's that. And the only other thing is this is Thursday. On Saturday is the 1st of November, and the sale goes on release for the historic Stickmuster. Their Christmas Advent sale. The kits go on release now on the 1st of November. So I'm hoping to buy the kit. But that is everything that I have, and I think I've rambled on long enough. So thank you very much for being here and for listening to my ramblings. I hope you have a nice couple of weeks stitching ahead of you. Let me know if you're started your Christmas stitching. Maybe you're still on Halloween, I don't know. But I know I definitely have started my Christmas stitching. But until next time, I hope you have a great stitchy time, and I'll see you later. Bye!